Good day, everyone. This is John Scarborough, cooking myself a little bit of lunch here today. I wanted to show y'all something. These are some fresh chicken eggs, these two right here. And these are probably some of the cheapest eggs that you can buy at the grocery store. These, you can tell the difference here. So our chickens just started laying eggs again. It was way too hot for them to lay. So we had gotten some of these, and I wanted to show the difference. So I went and got the cheapest thing I could find, and just really show the difference. And I've tasted the difference myself, but I wanted to see if I could taste a real side-by-side difference on this. But I don't know if you can pick that up on the camera, but there's a lot more darkness in these. But also I want you to notice the way they ran. So when I cracked these two first, they didn't run out past this point at all. When I cracked these two, the grill was plenty hot. You can tell we've got just a little bit more runoff. Now, I don't know what that means. I don't know if that means anything. All I know is that they're a little bit thicker. The color's different. I do know that the color is a sign of them eating a lot more grass in their diet. But also, the shell itself is thicker, and then the membrane, when you actually go to split it open, the membrane is more sticky. I don't know 100% about what all that means. I just know that it's a really good thing. So I'm gonna come back here in just a minute, and we're gonna try tasting some of these. All right, everybody. So I got these back in here. I'm not sure if you can tell the difference. So I split those two open, and you can definitely tell, or at least I can. This one is far less. It's more like yellow, and this one I would classify as orange. And so that right there, actually, that color comes from beta carotenes in grass, and that converts into a very bioavailable vitamin A, and that's very easy for us to absorb afterwards. And the same thing happens in grass-fed beef, like this beef right here, is that when they eat the grass, they're actually able to absorb those beta carotenes and turn them into really good vitamin A for us, for our bodies to absorb afterwards. But I wanted to show y'all the difference. So I intentionally didn't salt these until afterwards. I went ahead and salted them after. Typically I don't do that. When I'm making a fried egg, I really like to salt it during, but I wanted to taste and see if I could taste the difference on their own, like if I could really identify a flavor. You know, salt makes a lot of stuff taste better. So I wanted to just see like what happens, what is the real flavor back and forth when they're not salted. And of course, the first thing was, like I said with this one, it was harder to split open. And now, of course, I didn't cook these quite as much as I normally do. I do like run, and I let these be just a smidge more runny than normal, just because I wanted to see how this was going to be. And like I said, I mean, this one, it split open way easier. One thing I've also noticed with cooking these in the past is these eggs, the yolks will actually bust way easier. These right here, it's like you can flip them however aggressively you want. I mean, whatever you do, it's like you almost can't bust the yolk unless you really want to bust the yolk. And it's because the yolk membrane is actually stronger as well, I believe. I mean, that's what it appears to be. But it's in terms of, as far as flavor goes, I mean, I can taste, it tastes almost fattier. I'm not sure if it is fattier or not, but it has a better flavor to it with no salt. Neither one of them has salt on them, and or they do now, but when I first tasted them, they didn't have any salt on them. And so in terms of flavor, they were actually, this one was far superior to that one. And I'm not telling anybody anything new here. I just wanted to kind of really get an up close and personal difference and see just really what's going on. And what's fascinating to me about this is not just free range birds right here. These are birds that are on our place that they're not eating any, we're not feeding them any food at all. All they're eating is the grass, all of the bugs and everything that's out there, but then also the majority of their diet is actually coming from our microgreens. So all of the extra of the microgreens, all of the seeds that was thrown behind, like all of that, and then the bugs that get into the compost pile, they're actually eating all of that. So that is a huge portion of their diet, is all coming from that. So it's just, to me, this is probably one of the best eggs I've ever had. We're not actually selling these at the moment. We're just not getting enough of them, and you know, we do sell beef, of course, but we don't have enough of the eggs right now. So I guess it's a little bit on the selfish side. I'm still keeping them for myself. I really like eggs. So but anyway, so I just wanted to share that with y'all real quick, guys, and just show a real big difference. I think eggs could be a huge staple for a lot of people, especially if they combine different things together. You know, just garden scraps, you know, as long as you got a bigger area. One thing that I've noticed a lot of people do when they've got chickens and eggs and things like that is they get way too many chickens, and then it's like they can't afford to feed them, you know, and it's like, well, that's, you know, it didn't really work out too well. But the thing is, you don't really need that many chickens to get the eggs that you need. Now, doesn't necessarily mean you're going to get eggs all the way around, you know, all year round. But anyway, that's a discussion for a different day, guys. I wanted to show this topic and just kind of show y'all a little bit of a difference here, and just let y'all know, really, I am just absolutely loving these eggs.